Send in Stuwie, please.
Oh, I can go in now? Oh, fantastic. He's ready. Marvelous. Thank you, Barbara. I hope you get those Adele tickets. You deserve them. She won't get them. No way. She needed to get them like a month ago. So, is that me over there?
If you like.
Here we go. I saw the kid who has cancer leave. That must have been fun. I don't know why his parents are still bringing him to school. It's uncomfortable for everyone. I've never seen him when he's not just thrown up. Charming. This is charming. It reminds me of the therapist's office Bethany Frankel goes to on The Real Housewives of New York City. I hate her. She looks like a wooden doll you'd find in an Eastern European toy shop. Oh, don't act like you don't know who she is, please. That doesn't impress me. We live in the world. We all know who Bethany Frankel is, whether we like it or not. You know, I actually don't mind her. And she's built quite a business for herself. You have to hand it to her. I don't mean to name drop, but I kind of know Andy Cohen. I guess I'm his type. Which, of course, is very flattering. He's outrageously successful. He originally wanted me for the Rachel Zoe project, but I said no, so they went with Brad. And now look, that could have been me on Fashion Police with Melissa Rivers 14 times a year. Ah, well, hindsight. I see the tissue box is empty. Somebody was going through those like, well, tissues. I hope he didn't get cancer all over this seat. Ugh, yuck. Bad luck. Although I did hear Ryan Reynolds visited him, something to do with Deadpool, I guess, so it's not all horrible. If they don't give us a day off when he dies, I'm going to be so pissed. Oh, look, you got your Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I don't know why those cups always depress me. It's like you've already given up before the day's even started. You might as well tattoo "Can't afford Starbucks" on your forehead. What do I care, though? None of my business. I haven't heard of any of the schools you went to, but I'm sure they were great. I mean, you're here, right?
And why are you here, Stuwie?
Ah, that was lame.
You seem to have a lot of strong opinions.
I do. Mostly because I come across a lot of dicks. Or I guess I should say wankers. We do like that word, Or tosser, git, prat, sod, chuffer. Take your pick, Dr. Pritchfield?
We?
Yes, we.
I'm not following.
The accent.
The accent?
You speak with a British accent.
Yes, I'm aware.
Well, I've often been told that I have a British accent.
Oh?
That's all you're going to say? Oh?
What is it you'd like me to say, Stuwie?
That I have a British accent.
I apologize, but I can't hear it.
You mean to tell me you don't hear me speaking with a British accent right now?
No.
That's odd, because everybody else does.
Have you spent much time in Britain, then?
No, I haven't.
Excuse me?
I said no! But you're the absolute only person who hasn't noticed it.
Really? Everyone hears this?
Well, just the people who can understand me, which you appear to be one of. But that's too complicated to go into. I'm not even sure I get it. The point is, Stuwie has a British accent. That's like a known thing. Ask anyone.
I'm afraid I don't hear it.
Yeah, you've said.
It sounds like it's very important what other people think of you.
Oh, is that what it sounds like?
To me, it does, yes.
To you it does. I see. So after 5 minutes, you think you know me. Is that it?
A little, perhaps. I am trained, Stuwie, to observe things that give me an insight. And yes, I do feel I know you a bit.
You do feel you know me a bit. Okay, all right. Well, that's fair. Might I?
I'm not sure how this is going to help.
Indulge me. Thank you. I see you're on vacation in Rio de Janeiro in this photo with your partner, I'm guessing? Or is he your husband? Yes, probably wanted to make it official, didn't you? Never thought you'd see it in your lifetime, blah, 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 blah. At a quick glance, I'd say there's roughly a 26-year age difference between the two of you. Not quite large enough to raise eyebrows while still giving you a younger mind to shape. Oh, you mean you haven't seen All About Eve, Gypsy, Valley of the Dolls, etc.? And a younger body to make you feel more virile. Taking into consideration the math, he was probably born at a time when the most popular name was Michael. From the dog-eared pages of that volume of Shakespeare, I imagine you wooed Michael with a sonnet or monologue each day. And no one had ever done anything so romantic as reciting Shakespeare for Michael before. And he was smitten. While not as physically attracted to you as you are to him, that's okay. You each bring something important to the relationship. Isn't that what you believe, Dr. Pritchfield? I see a prescription for heart medication on that table. My guess is you keep that at the office. You don't want to worry Michael, you say to yourself, even though the truth is it embarrasses you. Your age, your mortality, best to keep appearing as vital as possible, and no need to have reminders at home of what's just around the corner, is there? And your office is your haven, since Michael doesn't work and is often at home, perhaps as a result of a low-level depression that you don't really want to get into with him. Oh, he always planned to have a career, but he could never settle on exactly what it was he wanted to do. And at first you liked having him at home to take care of the house and plan trips, so that's just what happened. And that's a job too, he reminds you over the years. Michael likes to travel, and he prefers the finer things, and you'd like to give them to him, wouldn't you? But it's a bit difficult on a child psychologist's salary at a Rhode Island preschool, I'd imagine. Fortunately, you don't have children, so you do have some disposable income. Oh, you have talked about it with other couples, just for show. Probably at dinner with younger friends of Michael's who are starting a family, to be part of the conversation, to feel included. But you said you preferred your trips and your rescue dog named after a character, most likely from Dickens. Ah, how accomplished and affluent you both look in this photo. Just the image Michael is so desperate to project. Let's look a little closer, shall we? Now, I see you're both wearing Ralph Lauren purple-labeled dress shirts that retail starting at $495. But from the disfigured buttonholes on one and the small discoloration on the other, I can see you bought them at the outlet in Providence. Probably third markdown, in which case $49, give or take. Since you also have light jackets on, I can see that you went there during summer vacation, which is in fact winter in Rio, outside of the high tourist season. And I see that you're on the rooftop pool deck at the Fasano Hotel in Ipanema, the most exclusive hotel in all of Brazil. Michael would have been dying to stay there. He had a friend that went with his older boyfriend, who makes a lot of money in most likely banking, much to your chagrin. But even in August, it's almost $1,000 a night. You tell him people are starving in the streets in Brazil. How do you justify paying those prices? When the truth is, you simply can't afford it. It's for another class of gay people. The window that Michael is always desperately peering through and sadly on the other side of. But you do your best. You don't go on Airbnb because you don't trust it, even though Michael has stories of friends who have found the most fabulous places. You like a hotel. Besides, it's more romantic, you tell him. But when you take him to the place you're actually staying, the one you found on TripAdvisor that was rated number 27 of all the hotels in Rio and was having a special rate of $295 a night, which is still not cheap, you remind him. Most people never get to visit half the places he's seen, you tell him. You can't help but feel like a bit of a failure as you see the look of disappointment on his face as he enters the room. So you decide to go to the Fasano Hotel for dinner and drinks. No, just drinks. Once you've seen the restaurant prices online. And once there, you can see how Michael begins looking at all the older men who can afford to take their husbands, to such luxurious hotels. And you worry a little that you're diminishing in his eyes with each passing year. But you tell yourself you're being ridiculous as you see Michael glancing about the rooftop deck looking at all the young men. Men that would be 20 years younger than even Michael. Men that you're invisible to, but he isn't yet. Not completely. And you're jealous and you loathe yourself for it. But Michael wants a photo and he says, let's take a selfie. But you say, let's ask someone to take one of us and make some tired joke about selfies that only you laugh at. Wishing that you could take it out of the air as soon as you've said it, as it's just one more indicator that you're older than everybody here. So, Michael calls over a young man wearing a tiny swimsuit to take the photo and makes a crude joke that embarrasses you, but the young man laughs. And he and Michael share a moment that you're not part of, and you feel humiliated and unseen. Which explains Michael's joyful grin and your slightly disconnected half-smile. And you've posted the photo on Facebook, and Michael's posted it to his 86 followers on Instagram. You don't know how that one works. To at least give the impression, in your Ralph Lauren shirts, holding your $20 cocktails, that you're both way more successful than you are, but it makes you feel a little dirty. The lengths you have to go to in order to keep Michael happy. And every time you glance at this picture, you wonder, how long before he leaves me? See? I guess we both know each other a bit.
You seem like a very lonely little boy.
Oh my God, I am! I'm so lonely! Oh, you can see inside my soul! Oh, God!